Hello and welcome on Sport Update on Trust TV. I'm Adini Ajishafe. We look at stories in the world of sport. We start from home, at least. They say charity begins from home. But right now, we talk about Nigeria, where federal government, they approved 2.4 billion for National Sport Medicine High Performance Center in MKO Abiola Stadium. That will be coming up. And right now, we'll be looking at that story alongside Olawale Peters, who's in the studio with us. Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back to studio. Wow.
Yes, 2.4 billion. We have two things there. If you look at that particular story, federal government approved 2.4 billion for National Sports Medicine and also High Performance Center. Now, we've seen athletes psychologically, medically, when they get injured or whatever it is that is affecting them, some of them, that's the end of their career. But with the National Sports Medicine, a lot of things can be corrected here. The High Performance Center is also there to better the level of sport in Nigeria. I think this is a good one. If my only concern is the stadium itself, looking at this edifice, if you get there right now, to some extent, it's an eyesore. Now, we are going to be having a 2.4 billion National Sport Medicine and High Performance Center in the same MKO Abiola Stadium. Where do we get our maintenance culture from to maintain this? That's my only concern.
I think your concern is in line with my own concern also. To be honest with you, and I think this shouldn't be the priority for now. That's the truth. And why do I say this is not the priority for now? Do we have the stadium already in good shape to start with? We don't have it. So it's like a misplaced priority. So do we have the athletes already? We're talking about the same athletes that we are owing a lot of money. We don't have any developmental program for them. So what we are only concerned about in this country is how to get something into our pockets. Take it or leave it. 2.4 billion naira? Come on. When I saw it yesterday, I was like, why would the FEC also approve such? And this is going to take 3 years. It's a 3 years project. It's a 3 years project. So that means they're not going to conclude this project in the next 3 years. It's due for commission in 2026. Now, the current administration, they have about 17 more days to leave. And they are approving a project of 2.4 billion. So do we know who is going to come in as the next Minister of Sport? Maybe the developmental plan of Sunday Dari will go in line with the same person. That's number one. Then number two, why do we need 3 good years, 3 solid years from 2023, and the project will be commissioned in 2026? What happened within the 3 years? This 2.4 billion will have gone into the grassroots development of sport in this country. Even let's have it in 6 geopolitical zones. Apart from the MKO Abiola Stadium that we have as our national asset, courtesy Aliko Dangote, do we have any other national heritage in terms of stadium in this country? Capital, no. So why this? Why the contractors? Why people that propose the bill? So what do they have in mind? Sincerely, I don't think this is the next or the right thing for us as a country right now. It's not when you have an athlete that will be injured, right?
When you don't even take care of the athlete.
When you don't even take care of the athlete. Is that not when you are going to talk to them psychologically? It's like someone that is hungry. Because, there's this funny pictorial picture I saw, and someone went to a pharmacy, and the guy said, what's wrong with you? He said, I'm having malaria. He said, malaria? Are you sure it's malaria? He said, yes. Have you eaten? He said, no, I've not eaten. Why didn't you eat first? So he saw bread, and that's in pharmacy. He bought the bread with Coca-Cola. He took the bread, he took the Coca-Cola. He said, okay, the headache has gone now. Definitely I'm not having malaria. What I'm having is hunger. So that's exactly this issue we are having here now. We're having athletes that you have abandoned. You're not taking care of them. You don't care about their developmental programs. You're not talking about having a psychologist, having a message for them. Come on, that's a misplaced priority, sincerely. So I think that you rethink about this. There are other channels, there's other ways they can put in this 2.4 billion naira that everybody will see it, that, oh, this is a very good project. I don't think this is what is needed for us as a country.
Seriously, the federal government approving this, well, even though it is a good move, but the timing, and also right now, we've seen a lot of athletes, so many events that we cannot attend because they will say there is no fund. And we have athletes that actually want to go for these competitions, no fund. Some just 2 days ago, wheelchair basketball team, they traveled to Ghana, courtesy of the federation president.
courtesy of the Federation President, not the Federal Republic.
Because there was no money. We've seen gymnastics, we've seen so many sports that are not football. Yes, attention is always on. Like I always say this, I still don't understand why we see other sports so less. Why the Oyibos, let me use the right word, let me not use the, we actually pick from them, right?
Yeah, sure.
Even though we have our traditional sport, we pick advancement from them, technology from them, innovation from them. No matter how beautiful the game of football is, they don't underrate other sports. Whatever you know how to do. You see somebody play, I saw one game, I'm sure you'll have seen it, this slapping of face. Yes. It's a sport for them. Yeah, here, we
slap for fun.
Seriously, they make money, they compete nation by nation. The egg race that we take for fun here, egg race or sack race, is an international sport that you see people do. You'll be wondering how come. And those athletes, they get allocation. They have doctors, psychologists that actually, these are the athletes you'll be working with. They have media that will cover them. They have unit, they have everything, just the way football is having.
That's what they're having.
Exactly, and they are well recognized. Because why? If they go for competition, the sport even have more categories than football. Football can only win them one cup or medal. But in gymnastics, they have different categories where they can earn about 12 gold. In swimming, Australia, US of this world, New Zealand can earn 12 gold. We've seen Michael Phelps earning 8 gold at the Olympics. If he was to be a footballer, he will only earn 1. But Michael Phelps was able to earn how many gold for US and also for himself. That glory is still there till today. Now, we see other sportsmen as, maybe, let's just, so that you look at, we don't recognize them, except for team sport, maybe basketball, handball, volleyball. But when it comes to...
that has to do with ball.
You seem to like ball in Nigeria. But really, we've seen so many athletes who really thrive. Look at Enekwechi Chukwuemeka. Look at what he has done when it comes to shot put and discourse. I still remember another Chukwuemeka, a lady, Vivian, what she did for Nigeria before she was she got into doping issue. Look at Okagbari. Despite what happened to her, we saw the glory she brought to Nigeria. If this athlete, he didn't put extra mile, it didn't go extra mile. Toby Amuson went extra mile before she was later being recognized and being dragged in. But we saw how she managed, how she suffered before she could get. Imagine if Toby should be playing football now as a Super Falcon player. The recognition should have been different. Now, this edifice we are bringing, what they call it now, sports medicine.
Sport medicine.
And the high performance center. My only concern is after 5 years, I hope it won't be rat and rabbit that will take over the edifice.
Excuse me, and that is if it can get to that 5 years, because we lack maintenance culture in this country. Then another question is, this medical center and high performance center will be centralized in Abuja here. What does that mean?
They have to come from Lagos,
Maiduguri. Why didn't you have it in the region, closer to the people? Why didn't you have it in Northwest, North Central, North East, the 6th geopolitical zone? Why didn't you have it there? Because you don't have a stadium that belongs to the federal government. So that's why they are putting the pressure on Abuja Stadium. That's why they are putting additional cost on those people. That's why the services will not get to the people that really need it. So these are the reasons why I said this is a misplaced priority. Now, you made mention of Chukwuemeka, Okagbari, Amuson, and this word. What we need in this country, we will not stop saying this. We still have to go back to the grassroots. We have more than 1,000 secondary schools in this country. You can't tell me that if you try to bring back the inter-house sports during our days, we have javelin, we have discus, we have shot put, long jump, high jump,
pole vault,
everything.
I'm not sure if there is pole vault anymore now.
So when most of the secondary school that we have here now, they are 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom flats. So where is that space for them to do sport? Some of them, they don't even know what they call inter-house sport.
They just come out and say...
We used to have what they call literary and debating day. In those days, it's a competition also to bring out the best in people. We don't have that again. So that's the reason why our educational curriculum needs to be reviewed seriously. We used to have physical and health education, PHE. You have a time for that. We used to have what they call practical farming. We don't have all those things again in our educational system. So the same thing with the sport. We need to go back to that grassroots. The government, this 2.4 billion, they need to give it to those people, and let's see how we can bring all these young lads and start giving them the future, not just spending the money in Abuja, and at the end of the day, and you know, we are very good.
You have to travel from Sokoto to Abuja. To get yourself tested, or if you are to do any sports medicine.
How is that possible? So that's why I said this is a total misplaced priority.
Or maybe they want to start with Abuja first, to see go around.
So they will not do 2.4 billion, 2.4 billion, 2.4 billion.
I'm sure it is.
And this one, they are starting in 2023, 17 days to hand over, and they will conclude this in 2026. That is when they will have 1 year to the end of the incoming administration. Come on, we're intelligent people in this country.
Anyhow, from the way it is right now, I just hope that the High Performance Center and the sport medicine will really function well, one, and also stay for long. Because if you go to the stadium, aside the pitch, aside the edifice, the main stadium, the bowl, the main bowl, and the
10B,
the velodrome, all the other facilities there, when you go there, you'll be wondering, look at how beautiful it looks. Well, this was when they actually, that was when it was newly built. But now if you go there, you'll be surprised. If you are passing through, you'll be wondering, really, this stadium, what's happening? You see building that look as it wants to collapse. But let's be sincere with ourselves. So I only look at, how would they do this?
Okay, it's very simple. And we have the Federation Cup that will play in this country. What's top? That partnership between the sports ministry and the NPFL, that when it gets to quarterfinal or semi-final, everybody come to National Stadium and play National Stadium. The reason why most of these facilities are getting decayed is because we do not utilize them. Non-utilization is the reason why. So when was the last time you go to the stadium? Probably after Nigeria and Ghana match.
No, I was sitting
okay,
there.
you still go there to cover event there. But most Nigerians, they only go there when the Super Eagles, when they are playing. But when they're having this Confederation Cup from semi-final, let them play in Abuja. So that means there will be activities going on in Abuja. The Super Six that they want to play for the MPFL, what stops them from bringing everything down to Abuja here? So that is the only way we can change our mentality when it comes to the maintenance culture. But in a situation whereby we only use it once in a year or twice in a year, come on, do you know how many rooms that we have in that Abuja stadium? Do you know how big that Abuja stadium is?
I think the only place that is always so busy is the indoor sport hall. Because basketball, volleyball, they will all come there and use it. And you see the cricketers, you see the tennis. Yes, the tennis court is always very busy too, because a lot of people play tennis and all that. But really,
no, we're talking about having a national event, a regional event,
that will be bringing people.
Event that will be bringing people, not only for people in Abuja that goes in. Saturday we go there at times to play football, to jog around, to do exercise. Boxing, we go there on Sunday also. A lot of people do that, but we're talking about having a national event
that will bring Nigerians.
We're not talking about Abuja residents this time around, because this belongs to the Nigerians, not only to Abuja Abuja indigenes or the people that reside in Abuja alone. Irrespective of where you stay in this country, they should have an opportunity of coming here and participate. So that is what we are actually.
And bringing those events here will allow them to use something like this.
Exactly. That is what we are talking about. But what they are doing now is, I don't know, 2.4 billion naira.
That's a huge amount of money.
I didn't hear you. You and your people, you are trying.
Oh my goodness. Am I part of the committee now? Anyway, we've been talking on concerning that first story there. 2.4 billion are being approved by federal government for to build the high performance and also sport medicine. Good one there. Anyway, let's move away from there and talk about the Nigerian National League. Just like the IMC are also apportioning ruling against the teams that are in the MPFL, the NNL, Nigeria National League, the second tier of Nigerian Football League also are doing with some teams. NNL fined Yobe Desert Stars 3 million naira, deduct 3 points for the fact that they were unruly in their match against that's DMD. Now let's look at it, what happened there. Let's look at that particular ruling from the NNL. Yobe Desert Stars will pay the sum of 1 million naira for encroachment by their fans, which disrupted the match proceedings, 500,000 naira medical bills for the referee, another 500,000 naira which will serve as replacement for lost items of the match officials. Then 1 million naira, the club will pay 1 million naira also to make it 3 million for the fact that they could not control their fans. So that's how Yobe Desert Stars are placed on a year ban from all activities of NNL. The next three home matches of Yobe Desert Stars will be played under closed doors. YDS, Yobe Desert Stars acting chairman Abubakar Ago, to stay away from activities of NNL for a year for his role in the unfortunate incident. I hope he didn't do like the Kano man. NNL or the Yobe Desert State Football Association to ensure adequate and effective provision of security at all times at the August 27 Stadium in Damaturu, Yobe State. What a name. I love that August 27 Stadium.
Okay, and a very good one. And you see, the problem, part of the problem we have in this country, because our problem is multi-dynamic. We have many problems in this country. One of them, the major one, one of the critical one that we need to look into is the implementation of our laws. We don't even need to go and do constitutional review or to do anything again. We have the laws already on ground, but implementation and monitoring has been the major problem. Before the IMC did what it did to Kano Pillars, we had that same laws in the constitution guiding or the guidelines of the Nigerian Professional Football League, but everybody look otherwise. They look other side. But now they are implementing it. Do you think the likes of Kano Pillars will ever tried what they did that end them relegation? They've learned, and other people have learned also. Now, this season, have you had any case like that? The same thing with the
NNL, yes.
3 points is a massive point in Nigerian Professional Football League. Either NNL, NNLO, or NPFL. 3 points is massive. And you're going to pay a fine also. Not only that, even the supporters, they will not have the opportunity of going into the stadium and their next 3 matches for 1 year. The next 3 matches will be played
behind closed door.
This is very impressive. So what we need is how to implement most of the laws that we have. Let's pronounce it. Let people know that, okay, if you are supporters, you do this, this is the punishment. If you are the chairman, this is it. This is not that this is what you get to. People
what is on ground.
People have gotten it, and these are the people that, and there's no corner about it. Doing that will make the league to be more secured. So the investor that wants to come in now will look at it and, oh, okay, they really have what it takes to really do the right thing, to follow the right process. So I think this is a very good one. We need more of this. We need more of this.
Seriously, looking at Yobe Star there, they will be facing the music because that fine 3 million, deduction of 3 points, and their fans not coming to the stadium for the next 1 year. 3 matches are behind closed doors. That's a big one there, and I'm sure it will serve as a deterrent to other clubs in the Nigerian National League, in the LLO2, Nationwide League 1. That is also happening if you err in all the rulings, trying to put the game of football into disrepute. You get fined for this. The August 27 Stadium right now will be a place where Desert Stars will play with utmost respect for any team that they are facing after looking at all this that have been placed on them by the NNL Secretariat. And we also look at the Nigerian Premier Football League. It's also getting better. Right now, well, even though their last match, the last game will be up for this weekend, according to the news featuring that will be coming up next week. They want all the teams to play simultaneously. They play at the same time, so that there won't be any issue of fixing. And I think I love that. They're trying to do, everything is really going well with Nigeria, but one way or the other.
Okay, now on lighter note, the goalkeeper, is he their keeper?
No, that's their coach. He just decided to wear that.
Or is their coach? Is it their coach or their goalkeeper?
It's their goalkeeper. It's their coach.
Because looking at him,
like
it looks more like their
I'm sure it could
their
be
grandpa coming to give them a motivational.
It could be their coach that just decided to dress that way and decided to wear gloves.
Okay. But from the counting, I can see that there are 10 players plus.
Oh my goodness, this is just a lighter note anyway. But really, when you look at that, at time when you look at some players' face, there was a particular player. This particular player, is it Burkina Faso? I can't remember the team at this under 17 AFCON. Somebody was asking a question. Are you sure this is? How did this player pass MRI test? How? This player. But somebody's actually telling him that the way the man is looking at us, you should be very careful. Anyway, just to throw some lights, some banter in the studio concerning this. We've been talking about the NNL finding they find Young Disasters for their unruly behavior, their fun and all that in the Nigerian football. Now, let's move away from there. Let's go to Europe. Matches will be coming up, and let's look at those fixtures that will be coming on Friday. Mallorca, Cadiz in La Liga, in Germany, Hertha Berlin against FC Cologne, Lazio, Lecce, the battle of the AL teams, and you have Lens versus Reims there. Those are the 4 matches today for tonight. Talking about Spain, Germany, Italy, and also France.
Okay, now what is left in most of the leagues in Europe now is the fight for survivor.
Yes, survivor matches.
So it's not about what you've been doing before. It's about, I need 2 or 3 points to escape relegation. I need 2 points or 1 point to qualify and play in Europe, or I need 3 or 4 points to win the title. So it's going to be a survivor match, and it's not something that you can predict easily.
This person will win or this person will not win.
If that's the situation, and whoever believe what happened to Brighton, that Brighton will concede the goals that they considered, 5 goals to 1. You know, it's not going to be easy again, both in England, in Italy, in Spain, Germany, or France. It's going to be an interesting match to watch tonight.
Interesting matches there. Before we go, let's look at Chelsea move for Napoli's Victor Osimhen. He's on hold, considering the price tag of $160 million right now placed at that's about whooping 139 from is improving. At least it was formerly 100, but now 139 million, but $160 million price tag on Osimhen.
Okay, I think it's an insult on Osimhen that Chelsea will be bidding for him. Because we are talking about a team that has nothing to play for next season, and we are talking about one of the
hottest player
on the planet right now, and you want him to come and play for you. To play for what? You're not playing in Europe, you're not playing in Conference League, you're not playing in Champions League, you're not going to be a title contender for next season also. So that's why I said I think it's an insult. Even if Osimhen wants to collect £300 million, they should hurriedly pay the money and get in. But I think Osimhen shouldn't even make that mistake. I see this as a rumor or a window shopping by Chelsea team.
To see, let's just test the water.
Test the water. I think Osimhen deserves far better than Chelsea.
At least clubs like Real Madrid should come for Osimhen.
Yeah, like Real Madrid, like Bayern Munich, and I think they should go for Osimhen, or even PSG also, they can go for Osimhen because they need a club that can win trophy next season. You know, that would be the best one for him. Not go to Chelsea or Arsenal. They are not title or trophy contender.
Arsenal is not added here.
No, so I'm just saying that you should not go to a club. You shouldn't go to a club that they cannot win trophy next season. Okay,
let me just take it like that, because immediately you mentioned Arsenal, I'm like, what bring? It was Chelsea that was mentioned.
And I said you should not go to a club that will not win trophy like Chelsea next season. Arsenal, are they winning trophy next season? Even this season that they held on to the trophy, to the title for 247 days. Where are they now?
They can still win. At least it's very far better than a club that is not even.
Is that what your conscience is telling you, or what you are telling?
They can still win.
Or what you are telling the Arsenal fans?
They can still win. Arsenal fans, don't give up yet. You can still win something this season. And so, but for Chelsea, that's where Osimhen shouldn't go. He can come to Arsenal.
But to be sincere with you, Chelsea and Arsenal, they will end up with the same thing this season, because there's no trophy for second position and no trophy for 14th position.
They can still win this league. Let's see how it goes there. I know you're just trying to come at me. That will be it on Sport Update with Olawale Peters. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeni. Thanks for having me.
I'm Adeni Ajisha. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.